Hey everyone, it's the Everyday Tech here with a new video and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're talking into a phone that's been my daily driver for the past year, the Samsung Galaxy S24. I've been getting a lot of questions about it, especially now that the S25 is out, so I thought it was time for a long-term review. No fancy graphics, no over-the-top edits, just my honest thoughts after a year of real-world use. Now, before we jump in, I want to be upfront. I'm not a tech expert. I'm just a regular person who loves gadgets and sharing my experiences. So, if you're looking for super technical specs and benchmarks, you might be in the wrong place. But if you want to know what it's actually like to live with this phone day in and day out, then stick around. I remember when the S24 first came out. What really caught my eye was its compact size. I've always preferred smaller phones, and the S24 seemed to hit that sweet spot. It's powerful, but not bulky, and after a year, that's still one of my favorite things about it. It fits perfectly in my hand, slips easily into my pocket, and doesn't feel like a brick. Let's talk design. Samsung went with a flatter design language with the S24, and I'm a big fan. It feels very modern and refined. The 6.2-inch AMOLED display is, in my opinion, the perfect size. It's big enough for watching videos and playing games, but not so big that it feels awkward to hold. And that 120Hz adaptive refresh rate butters smooth, scrolling through social media, playing games, everything just looks so fluid. And you know what? Even Apple with the new iPhone 16 for their regular model still uses 60Hz came on Apple. One thing that really impressed me about the display is the peak brightness, 2600 nits. Seriously, I've used this phone in direct sunlight and the screen is still perfectly visible, no squinting, no struggling to see what's on the screen. It's a game changer, especially if you live somewhere sunny. Now, let's talk performance. Under the hood, my S24 is rocking the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, and honestly, it's been a beast. I haven't experienced any lag or slowdowns even when running multiple apps or playing demanding games. Everything just works. Snappy, responsive, and reliable. It came with Android 14 and One UI 6.1, and Samsung's promise of 7 years of software updates is a huge plus. Knowing that this phone will be supported for a long time gives me peace of mind. I've briefly tried One UI 7, and it's pretty good, but honestly 6.1 has been great for me. Samsung also introduced some new AI features this year. While they're cool, I haven't really used them that much. They're there if I need them, but they haven't become a part of my daily workflow. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned. Moving on to the camera. The S24 has a 50-megapixel main sensor, a 12-megapixel ultrawide, and a 10-megapixel telephoto lens. It's a solid setup. I'm not a professional photographer by any means, but I've been really happy with the photos and videos I've taken with this phone. The images are sharp, the colors are vibrant, and the low-light performance is pretty decent too. Now, it doesn't have that crazy 100 times zoom like the Ultra model, but honestly, I don't need it. For everyday photos, landscapes, portraits, even the occasional food pic, the S24's camera has been more than enough. Now, let's talk about the downsides. No phone is perfect, and the S24 is no exception. One thing that I've noticed is that the battery life, while decent, could be better. On days where I'm constantly using the phone for navigation, taking photos, or playing games, it definitely struggles to last a full day. It's not terrible, but it's something to be aware of, especially if you're a power user. Another thing that's a little frustrating is the charging speed. While 25 watt is okay, it's not the fastest out there. Compared to some other phones that offer much faster charging, it feels a bit slow. It's not a deal breaker, but it would be nice to see Samsung bump up the charging speed in future models. And honestly, while the camera is good, I have noticed that sometimes the image processing can be a bit oversaturated for my taste. The colors can look a little too vibrant and not quite true to life. It's something that can be adjusted in the settings, but it's worth mentioning. Finally, while the compact size is a plus for me, I know some people might find the 6.2-inch screen a bit small. If you're someone who consumes a lot of media or plays a lot of games, you might prefer a larger display. So after a year with the Samsung Galaxy S24, what's my verdict? Overall, I'm really happy with this phone. It's compact, it's powerful, it has a great display, and the camera is solid. It's a true flagship experience in a smaller package. Now the big question, is it still worth buying in 2025? Well, that depends. The S25 is out now, so if you absolutely need the latest and greatest, then maybe the S25 is the way to go. But if you're on a budget or if you prefer a smaller phone, the S24 is still an excellent choice, especially now that the price has dropped a bit. You can also consider buying it secondhand or brand new in box with reduced price. Honestly, I think the S24 could even make a great companion phone. Maybe you have a larger, more expensive phone that you use for work or photography, and you want something smaller and more portable for everyday use. The S24 would be perfect for that. So there you have it, my long-term review of the Samsung Galaxy S24. I hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more tech reviews and gadget talk. Thanks for watching.